Hello there. Welcome to the NASCAR DFS preview show presented by Drip Drop. We're the garage guys, except for Chef Boy. Chef Boy's not here. I'm at Dale's.
Just having a beer at Dale's.
Having a beer, not me. He's having a beer at Dale's. I had a Drip Drop earlier. It's good, but you should get Drip Drop too. Go over to dripdrop.com. Use promo code GarageGuys20 at checkout. You're going to save 20% on your order. Why wouldn't you do it? Choose by athletes, firefighters, military members, the garage guys. And he's still trying for the Natty sponsorship. But
you only hope a dream can come true.
Yeah. So for now, dripdrop.com. Promo code GarageGuys20. Okay. So we're here. This is my first time at your crib. And we've got a nice little assortment of classic NASCARs right up here. I think this is the most beautiful thing we should talk about. And we're also watching last year's Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500.
Yeah, so we're putting in the work right now, watching Jimmie Johnson, RIP to the number 48. Well, technically the 88, but RIP to Jimmie Johnson's NASCAR career. Trying to do the research here. We're in stage one, coming to the end of it. But collection, we'll go over it real quick.
Let's talk about it.
We had Garage Guy Chase had the great idea of kind of sorting it. This was my idea. My three favorite drivers of all time: Dale Jr., Dale Earnhardt Sr., Jeff Gordon, in no particular order.
Goats.
You got the Evernham throwbacks with the Dodge Intrepids. Jeremy Mayfield.
Don't do drugs.
A child. Yep. I hate that. But yeah, childhood favorite of mine. Casey Kane in the 9. Then you got Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon together, of course. Throwback Pepsi paint scheme from the 2004 Aaron's 499 at Talladega winner, where he got beer cans thrown on him after beating Dale Jr. Very controversial caution, and I'll never forget it. Then you got Richard Petty and Kyle Petty in the number 44 Hot Wheels. The Richard Petty 43 is a little worn out there, few stains, kind of faded a little bit.
Kept it in your pocket too long.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I did with it, but it's there, and the Hot Wheels one is beautiful as always. So there you go. That's our assortment. You may have been able to, the diehard fans probably could have looked at this and been like, yeah, that's that. But we needed a very healthy introduction to the beautiful setup we have here. It's all about presentation. So
absolutely. And look, and you got a lot of positive stuff here, but there's also a little bit of negative. For only 3 cents a day, you can help Dale afford a Dale Jr. Budweiser die cast. So you got the junior, the plain Jane.
This is for a good cause. This is the Dale Earnhardt Jr. I think it's the foundation. Well, this is the Dale Earnhardt Foundation. Right. So technically we would never say anything bad about that. Is a beautiful, beautiful black car. But
absolutely.
Look, we are missing the good wrench. But yeah, and we're missing the Budweiser. Look, when I was a kid, my mom did not want to expose me to beer. Sadly, it still happened. So she got me the Dale Jr. one without the kids model Dale Jr. car.
Yeah,
so
your mom cared.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it totally makes sense.
It's a good thing. It reminds me of the one when we play the video games. Brad Keselowski.
Brad.
Not like
big Brad. Brown orangish letters.
Why did he never run that? He should have.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, he actually technically could if he wanted to. But
kids only race, Nickelodeon NASCAR coming soon.
This is not a kids only show though.
No, don't tell your kids to go to sleep. But let's go ahead and get started. Everybody is always here for the DFS advice, and we make everyone wait. We like to milk the clock. It's good. We almost had some NASCAR stuff going on back here, but I guess as time evolves, since it's our first time doing it here, we never really know when we're going to do it here again.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We've always done everything over Zoom, like not face-to-face, but virtually face-to-face. So now sitting on the same couch together, looking at each other in the eye and looking at our webcam from here, it's a little different. The vibe is different. It feels great, though. The fan is on. We've got too much lighting in here. It's really fucking hot. We're both wearing jackets.
Yeah.
But it looks great, and we look great. And the advice we're about to give you is going to be great.
Little uptight, but we're loosening down. Just a lot of energy in the room right now, especially. And there's nothing like talking to a black robotic eyeball. So that's always fun.
Stacked on top of a bunch of Xbox games. And it looks, I don't know what that box is. It's like a little mini wine glass bottle thing.
Drink well.
Cork hole?
Cork hole. You owe us money.
Cork circle. I don't know what it is.
They owe us money. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we just gave them a shout. We probably just butchered their name, but we did give them a shout. So.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into the nitty gritty of this. Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500 2021 races on Sunday. We've been sitting over here now for a couple of hours, and I think we've kind of reached an agreement on some of these some 4 guys that we like the most out of all of these. And obviously, I'm gonna have my premium picks out. You can also count on Chef Boy to have his best in the world premium content. Okay, if you're not subscribed to premium, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You just go to garageguysfantasysports.com and you can subscribe there, or you can read my free article. And there's literally, I've made it to where you can just buy it right from the article. It's there. But before you read my stuff, you got to be reading Dale's stuff. Okay, we've got a truck race coming up. We've got an Xfinity race coming up. It's a triple header weekend in the ATL. Shout out to our boy TIP. Great film. Did you enjoy ATL?
I haven't seen it. No.
That is terrible.
Well,
I've got to go home.
Yeah, just fuck out. If you want to get out, that's fine.
I'll give you a second chance.
Look, he's advertising my articles. Yes, it's Truck Night in America on Friday night. It has returned after a 1-week hiatus with the Truck Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle Busch is in it. It could mix things up. He second race in a row, ran second not last week, but 2 weeks ago to John Hunter Nemechek, who I predicted would win at plus 1,200. Look, I'm going to have a great DFS slate for you for the truck race and the Xfinity race. Actually, and I just fucked that up. The truck race is not Friday night. We have a double header on Saturday with trucks and Xfinity. So I sincerely apologize. We cannot use the hashtag truck night in America. We can say truck afternoon in America, Saturday. Saturday is going to be a really fun day.
It's truck time in America.
That was good. Truck time in America is a way better save right there. But we got an exciting doubleheader for the Xfinity and the Truck Series Saturday. I'll have both my articles out on Friday. It's time to bag up this weekend. But, the big bucks are at the Cup Series, and that's what we're here about to talk about. So
we're going to
take us to the promised land.
I do want to say before we get started again, just because our show being the NASCAR DFS preview show, we like to get down to business early. My favorite truck race, I believe, at Atlanta was probably the one from the beginning of Smokey and the Bandit 2. Snowman had a great race in that when he was racing the semis. It was a great time. If you haven't seen Smokey and the Bandit 2, it was a horrible movie. Don't watch it. Just watch the beginning. And you get to hear Jerry Reed sing.
Or just the original Smokey and the Bandit. How about that?
And the original one as well. That's it's gonna be fun. Atlanta was a great place and a great track for that movie. They should have ran the vehicles there more. And shout out to Sally Fields, still a fox in old age.
Old Sally Fields.
Gotta love her.
Gotta love her.
All right, now it's time for our Cup picks. So let's go ahead and get started right off the bat with some of the big boys. I think it's safe to say that we got to go back with Martin Truex Jr.
Who's on our screen right now, actually,
he's there.
2020. He won stage 1 in this race last year. He was so strong.
There you go.
But you want to do your point first, or you want me to do it?
I will say this. If they paused, they could have seen that in your glasses, you could see Truex.
He had a very beautiful, the blue and black auto owner's car. Such a beautiful paint scheme. He's actually running it in the Truck Series at the Bristol Dirt Race. Hopefully we'll see it. I think we will see it at some point in the Cup Series. He's not running it on Sunday, but he's running I think he's running Bass Pro Shop.
We're going to be Bass Pro. It's going to be another Austin Dillon Confusion City.
Yep.
With
double Bass Pro.
Get ready for that.
So about Martin Truex Jr. He's easily been the most dominant driver at mile-and-a-half racetracks over the past 2 years. He has 6 consecutive top 10 finishes at Atlanta, going back to 2015, back in the Furniture Road days. And he has 3 straight top 5 finishes. He hasn't never won at Atlanta, but his consistency here is unquestionable. It's unprecedented. Maybe with the likes of Kevin Harvick, who has been kind of slumpish this year with Stewart Haas Racing. So we're not as high as Harvick, but Truex starting P2 could be an incredible dominator, especially out the gate. I mean, he's starting on the front row. I expect him to get the lead a lot of laps, probably win a stage, and be there at the end too. I mean, mile-and-a-half consistency is just unreal for Martin Truex Jr. in the number 19.
It is a beautiful thing. He started in 11th, I believe, in 2020 at the track back in June, finished 3rd, where he led 65 laps. So he did win both stages in that race, it looks like. Stage 1 finish and 2 in first.
And I think he
Things
finished.
to know.
I think he finished the race in second or third.
It was third.
Third.
It was 3. Stats boy got it
Yeah,
right.
he ran. Oh no, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Bam.
But look, the bottom line is Truex may not win because, I mean, I certainly hope he does. It'd be 2 in a row because I'm probably gonna have some money on him this weekend in DFS and straight betting. But even if he doesn't, I would be shocked if he ran outside the top 5. I really would.
I think the thing that we have to look at here is that, you know, it's been so wild, like all season long so far. And like finally, like Truex gets a win. It's something a little more expected. We kind of, you know, we're like, okay, this is kind of shades of 2020-ish. So going from Phoenix, going back to Atlanta, 2 different racetracks completely. But if there was anybody I think could go back to back this early, it would be Martin.
Right. Oh, he's the first veteran. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Absolutely. He's the first big time guy to win in 2021.
And he's a junior.
I mean, you could say Kyle Larson, but Kyle Larson, I think, just won his 8th or 9th career race after one, you know, a year hiatus. So
right.
I don't think he's up there with Truex just yet. Truex is a cup champion. So he won at Phoenix, which was not expected based on the type of track. But yeah, I mean, he's spot on. If anybody's going to go back to back early in the season, it's going to be Truex because he runs so well at this track, constantly knocking on the door of a win. So
knocking on heaven's door. He's a junior. He's 9,600 on DraftKings, and you can find him over on FanDuel at 13.5. So Martin Truex, move it right on. You actually mentioned our next guy, Kyle Larson. Okay, over on DraftKings right now, you can get Kyle for 10.4. That's big 10.4 for Kyle Larson. That's 10.4K.
We get a 10.4
for you guys that don't get things quickly. And then he is 12.5K over on FanDuel. So the money's there. And I think that we need to just look into this season. Obviously, there's no statistical stuff from last season. And we can look back to the Chip Ganassi days if we want to. I know that he's got 3 top 10 finishes here in his career since 2014. But the thing that we really need to be taking hold of is Team Hendrick as a whole right now are killing it. And we've already seen what he did at Las Vegas. We're going back to the intermediate track. Definitely some differences here. A lot of big tire eating. A lot of tire eating going on in Atlanta. It's hungry.
The fame, I believe we almost could see it, but because of copyright bullshit on YouTube, we could hear the audio. We believe this is where Larry Mack has a famous GIF sawing that fucking tire with the cheese grater. Yeah.
Getting it down. Oh, yeah. We love, shout out to Larry Mack, by the way.
America's crew chief. He is the man. I wish he was in the booth, but hey.
We got to get him on Garage.
Can't look at the past too much. What a guest he would be.
Come to Garage Talk, Larry.
Just don't talk about Alabama. He's pretty annoying about Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay. He fucking loves that shit.
Dale said it.
Yes. So, yeah, Larry McReynolds. But we were talking about Kyle Larson, okay? Yeah. So, Kyle Larson really has been the most consistent driver in 2021. He's actually run strong and been in contention almost every race this season. He was really fast at Homestead. William Byron was a little bit better. Larson was up there in the Daytona 500. He had a shot, probably would have won the road course race had he not wrecked himself, moving up to like 3rd place. And then obviously he was dominant at Las Vegas, was very strong at Phoenix, but kind of hurt his chances with a pit road speeding penalty. So Larson has been one of the most consistent all year. And this is a track that suits his driving style. It's very worn out, abrasive, leaves more in the driver's hands. And him and Cliff Daniels, his crew chief, are just a very lethal combination, being fast everywhere. Kyle Larson is hungry after a 1-year hiatus, and he has just been out the gate unbelievable. So you have to consider Kyle Larson in DFS and in straight betting opportunities as well, because he also, people forget, he didn't run this race last year, but in 2019 with Chip Ganassi, he dominated the race, led 142 laps, didn't get the finish he deserved. But like I said, I mean, this really fits his driving style, and Hendrick Motorsports dominance between all 4 teams so far this season. You can expect Kyle Larson around up front all day. I mean, I don't want to hear it. He's going to be up there.
I got to say this about you right now. There's no side mirror in this man's glasses. I'm worried that you may be a robot. I'm not.
No, you're right. Sure. That laugh thing you just saw wasn't real. Yeah, you're right. I'm a robot.
He's a mirage. You've been in the desert too long.
Phoenix. Look, I've just been watching this shit for way too long. The pain of watching Jimmy Johnson win 7 championships, tying Dale Earnhardt. through all the pain and misery, I'm still in it, and I can't it's even if I tried, I could not get statistics, memories of NASCAR out of my mind. It's impossible. So
I think it's fair to say you talk about Chad Canales, man. I mean, with Hendrick.
Oh my God.
I mean, like, what's going on?
So
you got some insight on what's happening in the Hendrick garage.
Shout out to my dad, Scott Dalehart. He gave me the advice on Chad Canales before this even happened. I mentioned a second ago, Jimmy Johnson, hated Jimmy Johnson growing up because he was like the Patriots, the San Antonio Spurs, just the New York Yankees, just won too much. So we are not, I don't know about him and Chef, but me and Scott Dalehart are not Jimmy Johnson fans.
My dad couldn't stand him either.
There you go. I think that's I feel like I see on Twitter all the love for him, which is understandable because he's retired in his last year, wasn't as competitive, but I don't think it's a super unpopular take here that a lot of people really fucking don't like him.
Yeah, because he won too much. Lowe's. We were not Lowe's people.
Yeah, I'm more on the Home Depot. I like that big orange paint scheme.
Right.
Anyway,
and shit talking.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Jimmy was not a shit talker, and he's just too nice. It made me mad.
Shout out to T-Stew.
So anyway, my dad predicted that Chad Canales on the Dale Jr. download talked about how he was taking the new role in Hendrick Motorsports as an executive. So my dad said, all these years of Chad Canales cheating with Jimmy Johnson, facts. All these years of him cheating with Jimmy is now going to correlate to all 4 teams. And what do we see immediately? We see William Byron come out the gate, dominate. We've seen Kyle Larson out the gate, dominate. We know Chase Elliott, defending champ, he's going to get his. And Alex Bowman, I think, is actually a big dark horse for this race coming up this weekend.
We're both on the same page with that.
Bowman is going to be offered at plus 3,000, plus 2,500 every race of the year. And he's proven that him and his crew chief, Greg Ives, can come out and win at a 1.5 miles and do it in a dominating fashion. So don't be surprised that one of these 1.5 miles, Alex Bowman comes out and wins. Then you got all four Hendrick cars just running the show. It's because Chad Canales is smarter than NASCAR officials. Bottom line, cut it. That's it.
He's Richard Petty of our generation today. Black rooftop.
There you go. Yeah,
fun
that's a pretty good comparison. I like the history lesson.
None of this is factual except for the fact that the Dale Jr. download it was spoken of.
Absolutely.
That's
so
factual. The
my
rest
dad,
is opinions, copyrighted by Garage.
And just shout out to my dad for calling this and telling me this is going to happen, and I didn't listen. Just did not listen, and now
everyone's got to thank Mr. Dalehart.
Scott Dalehart.
Thank you.
Remember the name. All
right, next guy. Let's get to more of some of the chalkier plays. Me and you probably sat here for at least a good 30-40 minutes trying to figure out, because there's a good bit of chalk.
We had a good debate about who we should talk about, and obviously who we write about, or who you write about, and who Chef writes about. May include some of the guys that we left out of this, so keep that in mind. But we had a good debate on what we think about the chalk coming up on Sunday.
We didn't. A lot of people are going to be talking about Austin Cindric starting in P39, but we're not going to do that. Not going to do that. You like Austin Cindric? Big fan.
Austin Cindric is not a friend of the show. I will retire if Austin Cindric ever becomes a friend of the show. I've already told Chase. I've already told Chef. Austin Cindric, I just fucking hate that guy, dude.
It's pretty clear, Austin. You want him gone, you know what to do. Just tweet. I'm a friend of Garage Guys.
I want to fight Austin Cindric. I'm sorry.
We could make that happen.
We could.
Possibly.
We could. I would not be
Austin, if you think that you would like to, partake in a match here with Dale Tanhardt, just tweet us, or you could just tweet that you're a friend of the show and he'll leave.
There you go. Yeah.
One or the other.
Just get me out of here. Yeah. Get me the fuck out of here.
You figure it out. So we're gonna pivot away from Austin, even though honestly for the money, if you're playing for the money, not bad, but we like somebody a little bit better. That's our guy, Tyler Red Dog Reddick. He's going to be 8.4K on DraftKings.
It's a good transition because we went over our 5-second threshold of talking about Austin.
Big time. 7.5 on FanDuel. So that's Tyler Red Dog Reddick. 7.5 on FanDuel, and he is going to be 8.4 on DraftKings. The reason we like Reddick here, he's starting in 29th. which is good enough for chalk. He's driving the Mean Green Machine this week. I don't know if you've seen the paint scheme or not. Very, very nice here. You'll have to look at it at home. Alsco uniforms here. He's got like shades of Willie T. Ribs. You know what I mean? Like some WM Waste Management style going down here, but it's green. It looks good. There's a cat down here. Actual words, not a real cat. And cheddars.
Big cheddars.
Big cheddars energy, big croissant energy. Look, Reddick, it's safe to say that Reddick has, he's been up and down. We saw him at Homestead. He was super dominant. But looking back here, he started 24th at this race last year, finished in 16th, and that was in June of 2020. I'm liking a big bounce back for Tyler. I think Tyler could easily finish inside the top 15 this week. He's hungry. He's one of these younger drivers, and we're seeing that trend this year is where I really feel like we're in that transitional period of where we got the veteran guys, now that Jimmy Johnson's gone, it's like, it's kind of in a weird lingo space. So it's time for these guys to attack. And RCR has had, some mediocrity with Austin Dillon over the years. I think it's fair to say. And it's a shame. Great number. But we're going with 8 now. And we're going to go with Tyler Reddick here. I like Red Dog.
Yeah, I'm with you. And we talked about this, and I think it was pretty unanimous that we both agreed about Reddick being high, big time chalk. And not bait either. I don't think he's bait. I do think his paint, look, Alsco uniforms, friend of the show because they're a big time sponsor of NASCAR. They've given a lot to the sport, but that paint scheme is ugly as shit. I'm not a big
Mean green. Mean's not supposed to be.
But look, it's not. It's. We need to whenever you edit this, we need to like have a little picture of it in the corner so it gives people an idea. It's a double shade of green, 2 shades of green with yellow stripes. It's 2 shades of green. It's ugly. Anyway, look, it's fine, but the paint scheme's ugly. I don't think his finish will be ugly. I think it'll be quite the opposite. Like you said, starting around 30th, P29. It's a track that suits Tyler Reddick because, for the same reason, talking about Kyle Larson, very abrasive, very old surface, puts more in the driver's hands. It's not like a wall riding track like Homestead, but that outside lane can be preferred once the tires wear down, and that's his style. If they give him a decent race car, he'll finish top 15, and really that's all you need. And his ceiling can be as high as top 5. The guy is a stud. If he has a decent race car, I can pencil him in as a top 15 with the ceiling of a top 5.
I'm going to go ahead and give that the Garage Guy stamp of approval for a top 15.
Shit.
Tyler Reddick.
Calm down.
Tyler Red Dog Reddick in the Mean Green Machine.
Had me scared there for a second. Like you want to
stop. Next guy. Let's go ahead and move to our last guy. This was one I think we had a little bit more of a teeter-tottering on, but I do feel like this is going to be one of those plays that are going to be a little bit edgy. A lot of people are going to think about more recent years than previous years, and that's okay because we want people to think differently and pivot in different directions so that we can get bags. I'm talking about Ryan Newman. Ryan is going to be starting in P28. He's 7,100 on DraftKings, and he is going to be 6,000 on FanDuel. It's going to be our punt play of the week. The wild thing about Newman, though, I will say, let's go into olden times. I think it was a thing of beauty. It's not on the table, but there's the Altel 12 Dodge car up on the shelf here in Dale's room. It brought back so many memories. I think one of the wildest things is that he had so many. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive poles at Atlanta early on in his career. And I think the best finish he got out of it was 5th in 04. But when we look to these past 2 years that we've seen him with Roush Fenway, he started inside the top 20, and he's had positive place differential. So with him starting back in 28th now, it's showing he can finish somewhere around the 14th, 13th area. I think that's safe to say we're probably going to see another top 15 out of Ryan. Plus, they've been getting a lot of hype with this carbon gas they're running. I don't know.
Carbon, you know what I mean? The carbon neutral.
Neutral. Yeah.
I'm not an expert about it. I think the paint scheme looks kind of cool, but yeah. So in 2019, 2020, Newman with Roush in this aero package finished 13th and 14th. which, I mean, if he does that on Sunday, he's a winner. He's a winner for your lineup. It hasn't been a great track for his entire career. And for all the old school guys out there, Ryan Newman used to be known as the Rocket Man because of those poles. And he ran the table at Atlanta here.
Oh, it was because he flew.
Yeah, there are some cool videos. You can go back and look at old qualifying, fans in the stands, and they knew they were just ready for it because it seemed like he'd always come out last, and he'd steal the pole away from somebody with just a blistering lap. Matt Borland was his crew chief in that area, and they would just have that fucking car dialed in, dude. It was so much fun. I recommend going on YouTube, watching those old videos. But like you said, the results haven't really been there for Newman at Atlanta. But there's some optimism with how good Chris Buescher and him and Newman both were at Homestead. Chris Buescher dominated the first stage, led a bunch of laps. He faded at the end, but Newman finished P7 after a P23 starting spot. So there's a high ceiling there for Ryan Newman and a very low floor, because starting P28, you can kind of start counting cars. You know, you're going to have Timmy Hill or I think Timmy Hill may not be in this race, but you got the Rick Ware boys, and you got some of these lower tier cars that Justin Haley in the Spire car, Corey LaJoy.
We actually do have Timmy Hill in this race, by the way.
Oh, he is in this race?
Starting
Okay.
P38.
Okay, I didn't know if he was in this race or not, but
he might hold up Austin Cindric. You might not have to worry about the big payback.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe they'll just block him and Cindric will wreck. But
Quinn's right there.
We can't talk about Cindric. We've gone way over. But look, you can start counting cars and assume as long as nothing catastrophic happens to Newman, his floor is very high because he's starting P28. If he runs P28, he won't decimate your lineups. But if he runs top 15, even top 20, he's a winner. I mean, he's a winner for your lineups. And at his price, he's worth a risk. He's absolutely worth a risk. He is what we call the punt of the week.
Yeah, he's our punt play of the week.
Punt play.
And he's also a guy that I tweeted about it earlier. He was on they were doing the Whelen Modified testing this past week, and he just always has a mean mug about. He's got this anger in him. He definitely is ready to just beat the shit out of anyone at any moment. He's got that look about him. So you want that kind of aggression, especially at a track like this. So that's why we're rolling that direction. Look, there's going to be some pivots. There's some guys that I do like. They're going to be mentioned in my premium piece that I'm going to have out over the weekend. So if you're not subscribed to Garage Guys premium NASCAR content, I don't know why you haven't done that yet. And we just dropped the price on the annual subscription as well. So get over, again, GarageGuysFantasySports.com. That's where you're going to find all the goods. And you know where to follow us as well. So if you ever have trouble finding those, it's not that hard. At Garage Guy Chase, at Dale Tanhardt, at Chef Boyardeen for Drew. So yeah, before we do go, I wanted to mention this little racket right here. There's a guy we didn't talk about, but I was looking at the winning by starting positions in Atlanta over the years, and it looks like the best spot where we got the most wins is in fifth with 16 wins. That's a 14.16% winning percentage from fifth. You know who starts in P5 this week?
I know. I think we talked about it, but I actually don't remember who's that.
It's Chase Elliott. Okay. Chase Elliott is starting in P5, and we got some weirdness going on with how we feel. He could be in the premium article. He might not be. He may be one of these guys that just sneak up, lead about 4 laps, and win the race. So it's just something to keep in mind. Again, we gave you our guys that we think are going to be
hometown hero too. Don't forget hometown hero Atlanta.
That's what's kind of got. So if you believe in like these narrative things and stuff like that, when it comes to putting some money on a driver this weekend, you might want to look into that, and we might be looking into that as well.
And I don't hate that. We talk about Team Hendrick. You know, we're high on Larson, Byron
wins.
Yep. Well, they've been dominant at a lot of tracks, but these mile and a halves, they're going to be deadly in a good way for Hendrick this year. I think for all 4 drivers. So.
Well, look, I'm super excited about the race. I know you are. We got a lot of work to do. Grind time has just begun. You're watching this. We're probably working, sweating our balls off in some shack right now, just typing away, fingers to the bone, because that's what we do for the Garage Fam. Thanks to everybody in the Discord. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. Tell one person about us today. If it's your first time watching this and you want to get in the Discord, just hit us up in the comments. It's all you have to do. And just ask me and say, hey, I want to be in the Discord. I'll find a way to get you a link. Not hard at all. We like to have fun. We have a good time. there's a little more than just NASCAR in that Discord as well, too. So, again, you know where to follow me at Garage Guy Chase. Follow him chugging a beer somewhere, Natural Light, give him a sponsorship. It's about time. The only person we were missing was Rocky this episode.
Well, you know where you can find Rocky if you need him, in the pantry, and he'll fucking kill you. So I don't advise it.
Yep. Shout out to Rocky.
Don't advise it.
So that's all we got. It's time for Atlanta. Big things coming. We're eastbound and down.
Loaded up and trucking.
We're going to do what they say can't be done. We're going to get all the fucking bags. Let's go.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.